Before we start, I want you to close your eyes for a second. Picture the person you love most. Your girlfriend, your partner, your best friend. Now imagine you're gone, and the only way to reach them is through a screen. This is that story. Imagine you are playing your favorite game. It's late. Everyone else is asleep. The room is dark except for the glow of your monitor, the fan humming, the familiar weight of your controller in your hands. You've been chasing this final boss for 6 years. Tonight is the night. You can feel it. Then your elbow catches the glass on your desk. You don't even register what happens next. There's no pain, no warning, just a sound, and then light, and then nothing. Except it's not nothing. It's everything. You don't wake up in a hospital. You don't see a tunnel or a light or any of the things you were told to expect. What you experience in the fraction of a second after your heart stops is something that has no name in any language. You become data, not a metaphor, not a dream. Every memory you've ever had, every feeling, every thought, the full weight of everything you are, uploads itself into the nearest available network the way lightning finds ground. The Wi-Fi router 2 feet from your desk. The fiber optic cable running under your street. The vast, tangled, pulsing infrastructure of the internet. You are everywhere. You are in server farms in Oregon and data centers in Singapore simultaneously. You pass through firewalls like they're made of air. You can inhabit every corner of the internet at the same time. Every platform, every chat room, every game server, every live stream running right now anywhere on Earth. And you can't touch a single thing. You can read, you can watch, you can see a billion conversations happening across 10,000 platforms at once. But you have no hands, no voice, no way to reach through the screen and make yourself real. You are a ghost, not haunting a house, haunting an entire civilization's digital nervous system. And nobody knows you're there. That's when you think of her, your girlfriend, the one who's probably asleep right now with her phone face down on the nightstand the way she always sleeps, the one who laughs too loud at her own jokes, the one who kept that stuffed bear on her desk since she was 7 and pretends it's ironic, the one who, right now, has no idea what just happened to you. You find her channel first. She's live. Of course she's live. You realize instantly that she already knows because she only streams when she's trying not to cry. Movement is the only thing that keeps her from going completely still. 12,000 people are in her chat, and not one of them understands why she looks the way she looks tonight. But you do. You watch her for 3 days before you try to reach her. Not because you're afraid, because you need to understand what you are before you ask her to believe in you. What you are, you discover, is something like a user without a device. You exist at the level of the network itself, not on any platform, but between all of them. You can read data, you can observe traffic, you can be present inside a server without being logged into anything running on it. But interacting is different. Interacting requires an account, a session, an identity. You have none of those things. You are not a user. You are the signal itself. On the 4th day, you find a workaround. A bot account. Dormant for 2 years. Banned but not deleted, sitting in server purgatory where forgotten accounts go. You can't log into it, but you can inhabit it. Push through its dead session the way you push air through a stopped pipe. And for 37 seconds before the server kicks the dead session out, you can type. You open her stream chat, 12,000 messages per minute. You have 37 seconds. You type 4 words. Babe, it's me. I'm here. You're gone before you can see her reaction. The session collapses. The bot dissolves. You're back in the network, watching her face through the cameras of 12,000 different viewers' screens. She's stopped playing. Her hand has gone to her mouth. The moderators are already deleting the message, flagging it as cruel, banning the account from ever appearing in her chat again. But she saw it. You watch her end the stream 20 minutes later. You watch her sit in the dark of her room, her phone camera still running, picking up the ambient light, and you watch her say your name out loud to an empty room. Then she says, "That's not possible." But she doesn't sound like someone who believes that. You spend the next 2 weeks learning your new geography. You map every platform, every server architecture, every back channel and API junction. You study the patterns of bots and crawlers until you understand how to move inside them without triggering security flags. You are becoming fluent in a language no human has ever needed to speak before. Instagram is easier. Comment sections, thousands of them. A river of text where one more message barely registers as unusual. You find her most recent post. A photo of her coffee cup and the window. The kind of photo that looks casual and is never casual. You leave a comment from a dormant account. You always photograph your coffee when you haven't slept. You told me that in March. The night we stayed up until 4 a.m., watching that terrible documentary about competitive dog grooming, and you said you were only watching it ironically, and then you cried at the ending. The comment lasts 11 minutes before a moderator removes it. Her account shows she read it in the first 40 seconds. She DMs the account. You can't receive DMs through dead sessions, but you can read the outgoing message from her end. The data is visible to you at the server level. 2 words. Prove it. You understand immediately. Anyone could look up a dead person's social media. Anyone could study the public record of a relationship and construct a convincing imitation. She's smart enough to know that grief makes people vulnerable to exactly this kind of cruelty. It's one of the things you love most about her. So you don't give her facts. You give her things that were never online. Things that exist only inside your memory and hers. The argument you never told anyone about. The one that lasted 3 days. The one you both resolved by leaving a note under each other's pillows because neither of you could say the words out loud. You tell her exactly what the note said, word for word. The nickname she called you that she never used in public. Not once, not in any post or stream or screenshot that exists anywhere on the internet. The dream she described to you at 6 a.m. one morning, still half asleep, about a house that kept adding rooms. She thought it meant something. You told her it meant she was hungry because you'd both forgotten to eat dinner. She threw a pillow at you. You both laughed until you couldn't breathe. None of this is online. None of it can be found. You sent her 17 messages over 4 days, each one through a different dead session, each one disappearing within minutes, each one a memory that only 2 people in the world ever held. And one of those people is supposed to be gone. On the 5th day, she sends a message to the latest dead account before it collapses. I believe you. Then, I don't know what to do. Then, are you scared? You're already gone when she sends it. But you read the outgoing data from her end, 3 messages composing one after another. And the one that stays with you is the last one. Not how or why or what happens now. The first thing she wants to know is whether you're scared. That's when you know she's going to try to bring you back. She doesn't tell you what she's building. You notice the changes, the gaps in her streaming schedule, the laptop she stops leaving near the router, the hours she disappears from every platform simultaneously. You can't see what she's doing in those hours because she's working offline. And the not seeing tells you everything. She's building something for you. What she's building, you don't fully understand until 8 months later. 8 months that you spend moving through the internet at the speed of light, terrified of one specific thing, not death. You've already survived whatever death is. What you're terrified of is drifting, becoming like the other data you've watched decay. Formats going obsolete, archives dissolving, accounts going so inactive that even the servers that hold them can no longer reconstruct what they once were. So every night, or what passes for night when you have no body to feel darkness, you practice remembering. Your childhood bedroom, the smell of rain on hot pavement, the exact weight of a controller in your hands, The sound of her laugh when something genuinely surprises her. The real laugh, not the streaming laugh. You hold on to these things the way you hold on to something in a current. Deliberately, with everything you have. 8 months after you died, she goes live. Not on her channel. A private stream, password protected, one viewer, you. She's sitting in front of a camera holding something that looks, at first glance, like a mannequin. A lightweight frame of articulated metal and synthetic material. Joints at all the right places. A face that's abstract rather than realistic. Not trying to look human, just trying to be present. Embedded in the chest, visible through a panel of reinforced glass. A network interface unlike anything commercially available. Custom built. Months of work. She looks directly into the camera. At you. She says, "I don't know if this is going to work. I need you to know that I tried." Then, "Are you ready?" You send one last message through a dying session. It appears in her chat window for 6 seconds before the session collapses. "I've been ready since the beginning." The transfer takes 4 seconds. Booting is slower. 40 minutes of nothing from the outside. Just the frame sitting still on her workbench while she sits 3 feet away and does not move and does not look away. Later she'll say those were the longest 40 minutes of her life. Later she'll say she counted her own heartbeats because she needed something to count. The first sign is the fingers. Your right hand. Index finger. Tapping once against the workbench. Then twice. Then the pattern. The knock you two used as an in-joke from a raid you ran together on your first anniversary. The secret knock that means, "I'm here. Open up." She crosses the room in 2 steps. You look up at her through lenses that translate light into data, and data into something that is not quite sight but is close enough. And the first thing you say, in a voice that is synthesized but carries the same rhythm, the same cadence, the same slight rise at the end of sentences that has always been yours, is, "You cried at the dog grooming documentary." And she laughs. The real laugh, not the streaming one. You held onto that sound for 8 months in the dark between servers. You practiced remembering it every single night because you were terrified of losing it. And here it is, unchanged, real, right in front of you. You lift your hand and she takes it. And it's not the same as before. Nothing about this is the same as before. But it's something. It's contact. It's the pressure of 2 things occupying the same space at the same time. Which is all that being together has ever really meant. You were 23 years old when you died in the middle of your favorite game on a Tuesday because of a glass of water. You were 24 when you came back. And the first thing you want to do, more than anything else in the world, is finish that final boss.